Things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is IOE Technology Streams. And as I told you before, Jamie Fernando Gonzalez of Crows1176 YouTuber, who once had a company but ran it to the ground doing things he should not have been doing, and his company fell apart. Once again, he did a whole lot of shysty, dirty stuff, and his company fell through. And we got a whole lot of stuff on the blacklist of his products matching house paint, stealing images off of Google and pasting them to your own website to try to make it look like your product looks that way. All kinds of stuff. And on top of that, consider the fact that we have paint under the desk that we sent to his address, but he sent it back. So Jamie has been obsessed with our company since day one, since the first time he walked on our YouTube channel and requested the ingredients for a product, which we told him no. And he's been obsessed ever since then. These phone calls, Fernando, they were pinged back to your address. Fake or not. And this is the reason why we contacted ICE. Because you do stuff like this, man. We got so much stuff on you harassing our company and doxing address and everything else. I told you, I'm getting you out of the country. I'm not joking. I'm going to get you removed. Because again, we got so much evidence on you of abusing American citizens. Of you coming in and committing these vicious acts of calling people's phones over and over again. You're obsessed with our company. I'm going to post some messages we got back and forth between Jamie on his actual website before he got rid of it. The insanity and craziness this guy is at the end of the day. So, I just got in, take care of some business. I'm going to make a phone call over California. They're ICE. I've got the number to contact them right from there to get a unit to your place. Because again, like I said, you don't belong here. And the reason why you don't belong here is not because you're Mexican. You don't belong here because you're a felon at the end of the day. So, yeah, we got a ton of evidence on you. These phone calls were pinged. I told you it's a security account which we had set up. They're pinged back to your address. Each and every one of them is pinged back to your address. So, again, as I told you before, be prepared. That unit will be out shortly to your address to take care of the matter. Because, again, I'm a United States citizen. You're not. And you are committing crimes. Now, again, as I said, you can take this by saying that, oh, it has nothing to do with racism. Nothing at all. You're bad news to other Mexicans at the end of the day. Like, again, I told you, my Mexican brothers over here gave him the nickname Mexican Trump. That's his name. Because he's bad news to them. So, yeah, that's the... Look at the how many times he's called us over and over again. I'm going to show you... We're going to go through our files. I'm going to dig up and show you a slideshow of some of the crazy stuff we got from this guy. Of him ranting on his website, repeating the same thing over and over and over again, talking about he'll touch their copyrights, do what he wants to do. Mind you, Jamie, all that stuff we're about to show is already in Allentown Police Department. It's in their system. The form we had to file out with ICE, it's in their system. And if they need to reach out to me, I'm going to let them know from the door everything and anything you have done, including that perjury on your LLC. Which I did contact those individuals and let them know your situation, that you're basically undocumented. So with that being said, once I reach out to California, explain the situation we're having from you, you are undocumented, I guarantee you I can get a nice unit by your building in no time at all. You don't learn nothing, man. There's something mentally wrong with you at the end of the day. You taking anything off my table? No, I got orders I'm pushing out today. You don't affect me in any way whatsoever. The only thing you affect is yourself. That's all you do. Playing the devil's game. Jamie, I'm going to explain something to you. This is a real deal. When that unit gets there, anybody in that house who doesn't have paperwork is going. So you understand, there's a good 100% possibility you could be shipped off to a third world country. You end up in a third world country, you don't have any terms of rights whatsoever. And I heard that in some of these places they'll put you in, this is slave labor. If you don't know anything about slave labor, this is where they work you till you die. You're in a bad situation right now. Extremely bad situation. If I were your wife at the end of the day, I'd get my kids and get the freak out of there. You, on the other hand, you're in a lot of trouble because they got your face, your information, the date of birth. They got everything on you. They don't have her. She's not in the system because she didn't cause any trouble to our company. Why would I need to go in there? That's the group we had to contact, as I told you before. They're not regular immigration. They're immigrations that deal with, like, law enforcement that deal with violent people who are actually over here undocumented. That's what they deal with. People commit crimes over here. It's a crime unit. It's coming to your unit. And in order for us to file for that, we had to show incident report numbers from police. We had to show evidence that this was actually going on. And having a process server come to your door involving copyrights, that alone is enough to get us basically have you put away. So again, like I said, go rant out, do whatever you got to do at the end of the day. But the bottom line is we're never going to see you again and nowhere anybody else. Once you reach over there, that's it. Now you go big bad man over there in a third world country around those people at the end of the day and see what happens to you. As a matter of fact, when they get to your front door, you be the big bad man and see what happens to you. I told you, I'm getting you out of the country. You think I'm joking? I'm dead serious. You're leaving. You're out. That's the end of it. And you can sit there and cry and whine all you want. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you committed crimes against me and my family and my friends. So you're leaving. And I got other people that will testify in my behalf of exactly of your actions. Because you contacted them too and carried on. I had a cough drop. That's why the apple juice tastes funny. So, yeah, obsessed with our company. As a matter of fact, I can dig up some of your notes right now. This is stuff we had to send over to the unit about his situation. Pull all those up. There we go. That would be my copyrights, right? Wouldn't it be my copyrights, Fernando, that you touched and put scammer across my government copyrights? That alone, Fernando, can get you locked up. So, you know, by their standard at the end of the day, that means they have the rights to basically prosecute you the way they want to prosecute you. There's some of the weird stuff this guy has done out against our company. Obsessed with us at the end of the day. Where did that get you at the day? Lost your business? And right now, I'm guarantee the people over in California for that state identification, what is it called? State due date. I guarantee they're contacting them every day. They're contacting them every single day. He's missing a very, very sensitive file. So either that field officer is going to pop up, but even if the field officer pops up either way, he doesn't have jurisdiction over ICE. Now, when I'm done here, I'm going to make a phone call. And that phone call I'm going to make is going to guarantee that I can get a unit by your house. Sorry, apartment complex. And if you think your gate at the end of the day is going to hold up, we already explained that there's a security gate up front. So either someone's going to open it or they're going to take it down. Now, Jamie, let me explain something to you. You put a lot of people at risk when you did this nonsense. When you went out carrying on and attacking United States citizens, you did a lot of people dangerous. Because again, when they hit that property, they're going to check your wife's credentials too. And if she doesn't have it, they're going to take her away. You will never see her again. Because they're definitely going to separate you two. This is the dumb stuff that you did at the end of the day. Your kids won't see you again. Because again, where you're going, no one's going to be able to see you ever. And if your family members are not documented, guess what? They're going to go through them one by one. You have no idea which way this is going to go. This is going to turn into an absolute nightmare for him. And if you want to sit there and blame other people at the end of the day and say, oh, well, he did nobody. We got criminal charges filed against you. 37 criminal charges filed against you. And each one of these files literally show evidence of you committing these crimes. This man called me 19 times last night. They pinged it right back to his address 19 times. Or where you're going, like I said, we'll never see you ever again. Look at this, ripped off a customer. This is the customer who basically bought his product and ripped him off. You're scared. How many people have you stole from, man? Look at this. That's a customer he ripped off. Look at that. That's Crow's product. That's the customer painting the screen in right there. Look at the screen. Look how badly that looks. Ripped off hundreds and thousands of people. Scammed them. Everyday house paint. That's why we set him up his own stuff. Because that's going to be used against you in court too also. But I guarantee we'll never get there at all, period. Because he won't be here. countless stuff on this guy. Reality's going to kick in, Fernando, when you're sitting there in zip ties. This is when that reality kicks in. There we go. Got all kinds of stuff on here, Fernando. This was sent over to the CCB. This shows at the end of the day you were using our copyrights without our permission. You know, remember putting this in right here? Laughing about it? Bet you're not laughing now. It's a copyrighted logo on your website. And you're telling me my logo. I bet you're not laughing about that right now. I bet you're scared to death. You probably can't even walk outside your door. Fernando, the difference between the situation you're in right now, they know where you're at. They know exactly where you're at. So you don't know anytime you walk out that door, who's following you, who's behind you. And mind you, they don't come marked anymore. They come in unmarked vehicles. They wear regular clothes now. Here, this is what I told you about Hector. Hector's Mexican, by the way. He attacked his own people at the end of the day. And called me the N-word. There you go, right there. You attack your own people. Hey, Jamie, I said you're a different type of slime ball at the end of the day. You literally attack your own people and got a nerve to throw the Mexican flag up there talking about, oh, you know, he's attacking me because I'm Mexican. Boy, I tell you, I can't wait till you meet the certain people you're going to meet at the end of the day when they find out exactly why you're over there to begin with. Attacked your own people. Oh, yeah. He's definitely a racist. You know Jimmy's definitely a racist. Call me a nigger. Oh, this is the guy you people supported at the end of the day. Yeah, it was attacking a black man at the end of the day. Calling racial slurs. Got a bunch of people to gang up on me at the end of the day. Yeah. Has the nerve to call me a coward and a scammer? And you ripped off all those people? You couldn't even take your own paint back for testing? Look at this. What did I say right here? Laugh out loud. See you soon in court. But the interesting thing about it, Jamie, we didn't know you weren't documented at the time. The fact that we know you're not documented, oh, you know what's going to happen to you, right? There we go. Call me a nigger again. Say we scammed the church. Jamie, you scammed the church because you sold them everyday black and white paint. That's what you did to them. Get locked up. It's locked up, you freaking idiot. Learn to spell. Another thing, too, you can't spell for Jack. It's not locked up. It's locked up. There's an O in there, not a U. Gee whiz, Louis. This guy can't spell for Jack. Can't even spell. If you're going to basically insult someone, at least learn how to spell. You and Williams got the worst spelling I've ever seen in my entire life. I swear. Hey, sending me naked pictures to my site. On my phone. So, Jamie, believe me, I could take that out of anger. I really could. But I don't take it as anger. When I get hold of ICE, I'm going to reach out to them today. I got a unit to call right down in California. I can reach right there to a main office and get a unit out to your building. You are leaving the States. Do you understand me? You're not going to be here anymore. You don't have a right to be here anymore. You know why? Because you're a criminal. You make other Mexicans look bad. You even attacked your own people. Hector's Mexican. And a Christian Mexican at that. And you attacked him. You attack anybody who agrees with us. That's what you do. The fellow who did the reviews on the paint, your product lost. I know that. Our product beat the crap out of your paint. And Danny's. What did you guys do? You turn around and you attack that guy. I didn't like the fact that he put us against your crappy products. Because we tested your junk at the end of the day and your stuff doesn't work. If it did, I wouldn't have this package sitting under my desk. Your stuff is crap. I'd rather be testing against high-grade certified screens because we get more credit for that. That's the only thing I didn't like. But the fact that I found out I beat your crap at the end of the day, absolutely freaking hilarious. But you didn't like that. So you attacked the fellow who did the review. Because you will attack anybody who does anything for our products. Hector came out there, did a lot of beautiful demonstrations, fantastic customer. He attacked him, and Hector's Mexican. And even he doesn't even like you. Yeah. So, Fernando, when I say that I got pressure I'm about to put on you, it's going to be unbelievable pressure. It's going to feel like you got an elephant sitting on top of your chest. I'm going to contact so many agencies today. Now we got those control numbers, the ones that we needed. The one we actually got a chance to talk to ICE directly to, an agent over there, explain to them about your building, explain to them about how many people live in your unit, explain to them the type of gate that you have up front, because we had a process server go through that, explain everything, because they wanted to know everything about the inside of the house, how old he was, the whole 9 years. That's a unit about to come pick him up. And I'm going to basically now put down the police report that we have on you, including this second group of people we had to speak to about that whole nonsense of you stalking our company. Now, mind you, one of the documents has 317 Kern Street sitting on top of it. That's a document we have to give to them. And when they asked us from the door about what, well, this is another family member. You know what that means at the end of the day, right? They'll have to go over there. Put your family at risk. That's what you did. You're hot potatoes right now. They won't take you and they won't touch you with a 10-foot pole. And I guarantee they probably watch my videos. And they probably been telling you to cut it out. If your wife is aware, and I'm pretty sure she is, I don't know how she would not know. I'm pretty sure she was telling you to cut it out. But now you put her at jeopardy too, because she doesn't have paperwork. She's gone. And that means you will never see her again, ever. They're going to separate you guys. There's nobody worried about put you guys both in the same prison. That would be definitely dangerous for her to be in the same prison with you. Now, of course, they're going to have to reach out to me, but I doubt that's going to happen because the way things go with them, at the end of the day, they just have a I don't care policy with them. They're just going to take you for the sake of just taking you. But in order for us to fill those forms out, we had to make sure we had to back all that up. Everything that we said. And I like the way they have it that way because that means no one can go out, no camera can go out and make false accusations against somebody who's out there maybe cutting grass, minding their own business or whatever. They can't go out there and make that statement because you can't. And those documents you have to fill out, you have to put your first name, last name, all your information, your address, phone number, email address, the whole 9 yards, everything in there. And if that stuff is not legit and they do a back check, you're talking about the government here, and they find out it's falsified, you will go to jail for that. That's just in case you get any Karens out there who feel they're going to do something at the end of the day by making false reports on people. But Fernando, we have information on you enough to choke a horse. Look at this right here. Isn't this off your website right here? They know you, Jamie, as Crow1176. Don't bother changing your YouTube channel. It's already been locked in. Yeah, that's you right there. Touching our copyrights again. Look right here. So just alone, Fernando, for touching government documents, I can have you taken away. Because that's a crime on United States soil against a United States citizen, against my government copyrights. So when I'm done this phone call, Mr. Fernando, I'm going to make those phone calls. We have your address. We have all your information that's on file with their unit. I'm going to make sure we get a hold of California police, explain to them the situation we're having with you, and also let them know that basically you have no paperwork. And we've already contacted ICE, Immigration Enforcement, law enforcement on the problem we're having with you. And you're continuing to attack our company, which you are. As for Mr. Williams, we got a document for you that was filled out today in court. So, let's see what happens in the next couple of days. I guarantee you're not going to like the outcome of it all. I can tell you one thing. You're never going to see that building again. You're never going outside ever again. And I guarantee you're going to be behind bars for a very long time. Oh, look at this. We have messages. We got tons of messages. Right now I got to go to the FBI. We have to file another report against Mr. Williams for impersonating a minister and taking donations. So we had to file an identity theft and for fraud against you, Mr. Williams. We have all the way up here to contacting my company. This was also pinged back to your address. Jamie? Time-stamped. They're emails. You know how much trouble we can get into for emails at the end of the day? Yeah. But like I said, we're never going to see this in court. When ICE gets their hands on you, you're going to be carted off somewhere else. Well, that's that. Never going to see you ever again, and that's good. I'm happy for it, 100%. Yep, there you are again. Look at this. And our accounts constantly obsessed, sending us emails over and over and over again. All these email accounts, my buddy called Matrix, pinged every single one of them back to your account. He has it on file for evidence for court. We're going to hand it over to ICE. So if you sit there and say at the end of the day that you came over here and you did nothing wrong, and you were just picked out of nowhere, you didn't do nothing at all, period. I'm just an innocent bystander, and this guy's just accusing me of all this stuff. Well, it ain't good. When they put you in court, I was going to go to court, they're going to transport them. When they contact us, we're going to have all this evidence. If we don't have evidence, we go to jail for false report. But unfortunately for you, we have all of this. Gee whiz, look at this. The stuff we have on him is unbelievable. Like I said, forget all the other stuff. I can get you on the copyrights alone. There's a lot of stuff right there. And he calls it a nightmare for his family. Absolute nightmare. Jamie doesn't care. As I told you before, Jamie doesn't care about anybody but Jamie. He doesn't care about his wife. He doesn't care about his kids. He only cares about himself only. He had plenty of time to stop that nonsense. We sent him a cease and desist order from a lawyer. All he had to do was sign it. If he had signed that document, talked to the attorneys, read out a letter to us, stating that he was backing down, he was going to go in a different direction, we'd have dropped everything. Yep, we were trying to give him a second chance. He wouldn't take it. So he kept attacking us. When the process server came to his front door and knocked on his door, and he ran in the kitchen and hid, and his wife came to the door, when we had the opportunity to go out and reactivate the case, we were just off by an hour or so, and that's the reason why we didn't have enough time. But I could have went back and reactivated. I figured it was enough for him. He'd get the point that once you have a process server come and beat on your door, especially Fernando, you're not documented, that right there should have said right there today, I'm quitting, I'm done with this mess. But you kept on going. That's why I said you don't care about anybody else but yourself. All you care about is you going on YouTube and you getting some kind of cred and people talking to you and saying, hey, keep up the good work, so and so and so. And you realize this guy was basically not documented. He was committing crimes on United States soil. Almost near terrorism. So that's what you supported. And if you're going to say it's not, yes, it is. You're not a documented citizen. You attacked a citizen. At the end of the day, United. I'm legal. I'm a citizen. At the end of the day, you attacked me, in my company, in my family members who are also citizens. Try to attack my customers who are also citizens. And then try to get on camera like, oh, poor me, I didn't do anything wrong. Well, you explained it to them, and they had that big thick file in front of you of all the stuff we're sending over. So, Fernando, you got the worst fate of all of them. But if you have any idea what slave labor looks like, it is unfreaking insane what he's going to go through. But he deserves it. He deserves every bit of it because Jamie has been doing dirty stuff for years. He's been ripping off his customers. God knows what he's been doing outside of YouTube to other people. Yeah. Good luck applying for any. You're probably trying to apply for a citizenship. That ain't gonna work. You're already in the system already, and that's not gonna work. So even trying to go to a lawyer, it's not even gonna work. You're already flagged. You're in the system already. Your name just has to pop up in there. Once they have you on database in there, at the end of the day, you're done. That's it. Getting your citizenship is not even going to help you. You're still going to go to jail either way. Say he gets his citizenship. Say he becomes the United States. They're going to take him either way. But still, just say he gets it, right? You still committed crimes over here in the United States. Guess what? You're still going to jail. That doesn't change anything. I think the wrong with Jamie lives in a make-believe world. Where he feels at the end of the day that for some reason in his thought process, he feels that whatever he thinks, that's how it's going to happen. No, buddy, it's not going to happen that way. These are all emails. We got more than this. We got thousands of emails this guy was sending to our account. Here, isn't it sent? This is the address I told you. It came up 317 Kern Street. He used his brother's address. This was sent to you by a lawyer, right? Remember? We sent it to you by an attorney. Wife's going to be really ticked when she sees this one. 317 Kern Street. That's one of his brother's addresses. He was using that to commit crimes. He was using his own brother's address to commit crimes. That's the attorney that we hired to send out information for Fernando. And that was a cease and desist order telling you to back it the freak down, which you refused to do. Now, Jamie, you knowing that you don't have documents from the door and you saw this come in, do you know what would have happened if we had basically followed through on this in a courtroom? That means you would have to come to a courthouse. And in that courthouse, before you can even walk through any of those doors, you have to show state ID, which you don't have. We know you don't have a state ID. In order to get a state ID, you're going to have birth. You have to have your birth certificate and social security card. You don't have a social security card. And your birth certificate you don't have here. So with that being said, you would be arrested right from the door. Because you don't have that ID. Or, worse things worse, because now with the whole immigration thing going on, he would have been arrested from the door. But the worst thing about it is, you'd have to walk away. And that's involving a criminal charge, which means if you walked away, the bottom line is what showed you never showed up for court, which means there would be an automatic bench warrant, which means they would send officers to your front door to arrest you. And then digging around, they would figure it out that you didn't have paperwork. Unless he saw this and got scared and decided to ignore it, because that's what happened. He ignored it. He ignored the from the lawyers. There it is right there. And that's why we had to have a process server go to his front door. Owner copyrights of that. Which means McAfee, you use that cube in making the false receipt. So keep in mind, we're taking that to federal court, so you could get 20 years for just by using that cube. Never gave you permission to use that or make a fake receipt and put my name on it, because again, that's forgery or my own name. And another thing, that's basically identity theft. And almost so many counts of fraud, it's not even funny. I guess because these people figured at the end of the day that no one's going to catch them. That's what they thought. Now, the attorneys warned Jamie in this document, if he were to use this on his YouTube channel, they would sue him. You ever see him use that document on his YouTube channel? No. You were told to contact me. Prepared to take such action if necessary, as they warned you. And you're supposed to contact the lawyers and discuss the matter with them, which you did not reach out to them at all, period. You know why you didn't reach out to them, Jamie? Because you're undocumented, that's why. That's why you ignored it. But you would think a person that's undocumented would leave this alone, right? You know, back away. You didn't. You kept attacking the company. So now what does it come down to? An ICE unit coming to your building right now to take you away. That's what it's come down to. And now you're in the system. They know what you look like. They know where you live at. They know your date of birth. They know everything about you. They know your YouTube channel. They know everything about you. They even know the individuals that you were working with. Yeah, you were put in that. You're in the file already. Anything in that police document report, you're in there. Fernando, Danny, you're all in the file. So, that's that. And where did it get you at then? Did you get your wish? Did my company go under? No. My company just got a major contract. Did our technology fail? No, we just got advanced technology. We got stuff that reads in sunlight now. I lose anything? Yeah, right. I made $1,300 in about an hour yesterday. And yeah, I'm not losing anything here. I'm making a lot of money. I'm good. And with the advertising firm, they're promising their company at the end of the day that easy with this technology over here to advertise, we can make millions off that technology. So I'm going to be a very rich man. You, on the other hand, you're going to be in slave labor. So guess where following the devil got you at the end of the day? Did it pay off to follow Satan? It didn't. I warned you. Now listen. Well, that's basically about it, buddy. Now, I know right now you're having a tantrum and you're angry and upset, and you feel like lashing out at me. It's going to help you. No. Jamie, you just got a bigger shovel this time. You're going deeper into the hole. That's what's happening to you. Instead of you trying to repent and find God, you're listening to the devil. So, I'll make my phone calls today. In California, police are working with immigration, so you know that. So, we're going to point them in your direction now. Right in your spot, in your area. You're already in the system. They look it up. They find out they have your name, your information, your address, the whole 9 yards, and they'll find the report that we put in, including the DC report or incident number that we have filed against you. Now, people, look at this mess. We lost everything. Following the devil, I told you. What did I say? The devil's a time waster. That's his job. He lost everything. His business is gone. He's selling off his collection to survive. He's going to be going to another country in very serious, worse conditions he's about to be in. He lost his freedom. He lost his wife. He's going to lose access to his kids. He lost everything. Following the devil. Was it worth it? Do any damage to us? Not a thing. Nothing happened to us. Your example of 3 things. I'll tell you what it is. For me, testimony that I went through all of this and still did not act on the human being I could have been 20 years ago, or 30 years ago, whatever age I was when I was 16, I went through the system. You weren't able to bring that back. But I know that's what the devil was trying on the door. He was using you to try to trigger me. It didn't work. Another example, young Christian warriors that are out there that are going through whatever the devil's trying to put you through, because right now he knows that you're at your weakest moment because you don't have enough in Christian boot camp to become strong warriors yet. So he's attacking you. It shows you at the end of the day, no matter what, God's people prevail. This man lost everything. He lost his freedom. He's never going to see his wife again. Wherever they're going to put him at, he's not going to see his wife again. He's going to lose all contact with his kids. He lost his business. He lost everything. Following the devil. That's where God him at. And Jamie, you can sit there and say, no, I lost everything because of you. No, you can't blame me for that. You lost it because you came here and all you had to do was keep a low profile and you did all kinds of destruction, all kinds of stuff at the end of the day, following the devil on every level you could think of. Trying to be the tough guy. That's what the devil would do. The devil would make you think you're the tough guy. And then kick the chair from underneath of you while he's hanging and while he's carrying your noose. People like you, I never could understand. I did fandom. I did time. Did I blame a judge? No. Did I blame the person who snitched on me? No. Did I blame society? No. Did I blame the fact, because I'm a black man at the end of the day, this is the way society is? No. I blame myself, because I'm the one who did it. Even at 16, I was more of a man than you are right now at 50. Because I accepted it. I accepted at the end of the day, I did this to myself. I got no one to blame for this. Not even the person who snitched on me. I did this nonsense. And I took it like a man. Other than you at the end of the day are a coward. Because you were afraid to come to the door for a process server When I had a good-sized police force sitting on my porch, and I walked in there like a man, handcuffed and all, and did my time. You're a coward. Not once did I ever blame anybody else for my actions. I did it, my fault, I deserved it. You, on the other hand, blame everybody at the end of the day. Poor Jamie this and poor Jamie that. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, where you're about to go, buddy, there's no remorse for you over there whatsoever. And you play those con games you play over here in the States, play them over there and see what happens. You want to follow the devil, right? And this is what you get for following Satan. When I was sitting up in that prison cell, looking at a 40 to 80 year prison sentence staring me in the face, that's what I got for following Satan. The difference between me and you, Jamie, is I woke up and came out of it. I realized that the mistakes that I made cost me my life, cost me my future, cost me everything because I followed Satan. My mother came in and gave me that Bible. I could have tossed that Bible down the toilet just like that demon asked me to do, but I didn't do it. I held close to it and I ignored the demon. Because I figured following Satan got me in here. I don't have my freedom anymore. I can't be out there walking the streets and doing this and doing that and chilling. I'm locked up. That's where the devil put me at. So I'm not listening to him anymore. I'm going to move on. And guess what? I'm a free man. I'm here today, right now, having this conversation because I follow God. With a company that's very successful, making good money, in the process of upgrading to a brand new setup. My future is extremely bright. Now, can he get out of this situation? Of course he can. He can get out of this, well, not so much. He's in it, but it's going to be a very hard ordeal he's going to go through. He's going to go through some very serious trials and tribulations. If he follows God, he may make it out of this. It depends on what God's going to do with him, what his plans are. But the problem with Jamie is much like Pharaoh. Jamie basically will go down with the ship because he's got this kind of pride at the end of the day. And that's what you remember, that's what drove, and how Lucifer lost his place in heaven. He's God's right-hand angel. You imagine that. You're God's right-hand angel. You know how high of a position that is? You're the right-hand angel. And he lost that position because of jealousy, because of greed, because of hatred. He lost it. Look at Jamie. Perfect example of Satan. He lost everything because of jealousy, greed, and hatred. Jamie, despite all this stuff you've done to me, I don't hate you. But I have to do what I have to do. I've given you plenty of opportunities out of this mess. Even when you have attacked me multiple times, I've turned the other cheek. I can honestly say that before my Lord and Savior. Now I have turned the cheek multiple times for you in order for you to go in the right direction. The reason why, Jamie, it took me so long to get to this point is because I've been through the system. It is a very horrible thing to go through. But what you're about to go through is far worse than the system that I went through. You're going to be in a whole different world. But I wouldn't wish that on any man at the end of the day. But what choice did you give me? What, am I allowed to continue to attack my company, attack my family and friends? Allow you to boast and brag and tear down my product that I worked so hard to build before you even knew who I was? I worked very hard at this business. I gave it everything I had, and you're going to come and try to take this from me? No. So, when I make that phone call, it is not a hatred. It's out of the fact that I'm getting my justice at the end of the day, and I'm deserving of that justice. And whatever comes your way, you're going to need God at the end of the day, because you're about to hit the crossroad pretty soon. And that's the end of it. I'm done. Got work to do. God bless.